Hello and welcome back. I wanted to go over a problem that I've been having on the game wheel assignment number 5 for term 2. And in the instructions here, this is an adhesive, it goes over a lot of things as they always do, and they're very specific, and that's kind of where this particular problem cropped up, and that is in the main right here. And when I was trying to put my code into Code Runner, it kept telling me that player 2's results were incorrect, and it kept saying player 2. It never said player 1. And when I added it up here, when I added this up, it all added up correctly. It even gave the which one was the victor correctly. Everything added up, everything was perfect, but it kept saying player 2's totals were incorrect. And it came right here because of this part right here. It says if either player's spin results in a prize card they have already landed on, the player will ignore that spin and spin again. Thus, when a player is done spinning, the player should have 5 unique prize cards. Well, that sounds easy enough, and it is. It was super easy to implement, but it just means that these numbers right here cannot be repeated. So I can't have like 2 35s, for example. I can't have that, or 2 number 1s. But what you may notice here in this example is that I have a number 1 card here, and I also have another number 1 card down here. That's okay. Apparently it wasn't referring to repeats in between the players. So if I have a 12 up here, for example, I could have another 12 card down here. It's just that I can't have a 12 and then another 12 in here. Okay, so let me compile it and run it and just kind of show you how it looks. So you can see that all these are unique and all these are unique, but they're not unique from player to player. They could have some repeats. Let me uncomment this thing out. What I did is I selected a prize card here by spinning the wheel, and then I wanted to print out my prize card here. So let me show you kind of, and it'll show you how this is working here. So let me compile it and run. So what this is supposed to tell me, I should tell you also that contains, .contains is kind of an important thing. See, what I did is I created a hand for player 1, and I wanted to find out if the prize card that I just created, I just drew one from the spinning wheel, I wanted to find out if player 1 already has that prize card. So what you do is player 1 .contains prize card, and that'll either come back with a true or false. And I use that true or false to draw another card, or if it were false, then I would add this card, prize card, to player 1's hand. If it were true, then I would draw another card. So let me run it a couple times because I got all falses there. Okay, so here, for example, this one right here, it says I've already got that card. If I got a 40 here, yep, right above it is a 40. So I drew a 40, then I drew another 40. So you can see I probably did this 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Yeah, I had to do it 6 times in order to get 5 cards. Let me run it again. False, 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 false. False, 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 false. All falses. Usually I get a true before now. Okay, there we go. So number 9 is repeated, and number 9 is repeated right up here. So you can see that it already had a number 9, it drew a number 9, so then it drew a number 33. So it should put in 16, 16, 9, 9, 5, 5, 37, 37, 33, 33. This again is just so that I could see what was going on. But 2 things that I want you to remember is it's okay to have repeats from up here to down here. It's just that all of these have to be unique in its hand for player 1, and all these have to be unique for player 2. But they could be repeated from player 1 to player 2. I don't think I have any repeats there. And then something like this, the .contains is a very handy little Java code that I like to use. It tells me if I've already drawn that one, so that's an important thing. And then just using something like this, system.out.println, just to see what the computer is doing is a very important way to troubleshoot code. Sometimes it's really hard to see exactly what the computer's doing because it does it so fast, you can't tell. So having these little print statements, I do this all the time, so it gives me an idea of what the computer is thinking about. All right, well, I hope that helps. Take it easy.